What was insane was someone got in my comments and said, well, indigenous people owned black people as well as black people owned black people, as if it was adjacent to the actual European Southerner slavery plantation life. So let's talk about it. Also, a disclaimer is this has nothing to do with my mixed heritage. I learned everything from going down my own rabbit holes and when I was a very young woman in my 20s. You have to actually go to sources, and yes, a lot of those sources have passed. Like recently we had the last survivor of the Black Wall Street recently passed. Yes, if you didn't go actually seek these people out to get their direct story and talk to them, they're gone. That's it. Some indigenous nations owned black people, but that doesn't mean they ran plantations, built an economy on human bondage, or operated anything like the European chattel slavery system. Most tribes didn't participate at all, and the ones who did were operating under violent colonial pressure. If Europeans saw you refusing to align with their system, they destroyed your entire nation. Survival politics is not the same as slave trading as an enterprise. And the kind of ownership people think they're talking about, a lot of times it was literally protection. In the South, a free black person could not walk around unclaimed. Even in the North, slave catchers would kidnap you, drag you across state lines, and sell you, illegal or not. If you don't recall, the reference is the movie 12 Years a Slave. You sat there and were entertained, but his friend who was white had to come down to the South and say he owned him. That was the only way that man was going to be free. He could not say he was a free man. He had to say he owned him. Do you not understand? Because you will sit in these movies and not be paying attention and think it's just entertainment, and it's weird to me that you just are not getting it. And this is not just a I can't read thing. This is, are you comprehending what's in your face? So anyway, because you're spewing things on my page and I'm not having it. So anyway, that wasn't affection, that was legal strategy. Indigenous nations did the same thing. If an African person was with them, they had to own them on paper so Europeans wouldn't snatch them up immediately. It was a shield, not a plantation. People also forget York, the black man with the Lewis and Clark expedition. A whole indigenous community offered him freedom and sanctuary. He declined, being he really thought he was going to be freed after the expedition, and he never was. They saw him as an equal. They saw him as a man of skill. And I want you to know the European did not. They treated them like chattel slavery. And also, indigenous people took people all the time captive as captivity. They did it to everyone, anybody they were in a fight with. And also with the war, the Civil War, they helped. That's not in your history book either. If we're going to compare numbers, motives, treatment, and structure, the majority of indigenous societies were nothing like the European South, and it's historically dishonest to pretend otherwise.